Hello, hey good friends. This is Will and Zan with our next episode of Hang On, Hang In, Hey Good. We are so delighted to welcome the Parvarandehs today. We have Elizabeth and Beiruz and John and Evan. So glad to have you guys.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
The whole format, as you know, is about just checking in with church members to see how they're doing in the midst of COVID-19. 3 questions. How have you been hanging on? How do you encourage others to hang in? And what do you miss about Hey Good? So that's what the format is. It's so good to see you guys. This has been a crazy life. So how are you guys hanging on?
How are we hanging on?
How are you hanging on?
By a thread. No, we're doing well. It's been hard, but we've made the best of it. The beginning was especially hard when we didn't know what the virus all entailed, and everything kept getting canceled.
Well, it's wonderful to see the kids. The kids have been awesome about wearing their masks, right?
I was not expecting it.
They have been awesome.
I was like, how are you going to get a 3-year-old to wear a mask? But peer pressure and I mean, they know something's going on.
Yeah.
Can't quite. Obviously, they're too young to articulate it. But
Right.
Thank you, Evans.
What's the work life been like?
The work?
Yeah, just being at home and trying to work and trying to balance all this.
Well, my businesses are in Africa, and I'm not even allowed to go back. I mean, they won't let me in. To the extent they let me in, I had to be quarantined for 14 days.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of like I've been trying to do the best that I can do from here. Yeah.
Well, you guys were helpful to help the WCM get some PPE.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you doing that.
That's our pleasure.
Yeah. Very gracious. People have been gracious in so many unexpected ways in the midst of this. And so that's one of the things I've found to be really, really interesting is that, I thought we would see the worst, but we've also seen the best.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, tell us, how would you encourage other people in the midst of this to hang in? Like, what would you say? Hey, here's something there's a little nugget we found how to cope with COVID-19. I want to pass it along. What would you pass along to people?
I think one thing that's been great for us is we've really gotten to know our neighbors.
Yeah.
You mentioned in the sermon, maybe in the fall or this winter, do you know your neighbors? Do you know who's on each side of you across the street? You're like, draw a grid.
Right.
We got it. We got
You
the
got your
whole
grid?
street.
You got your grid?
And that's been, we've sort of formed our own COVID community to unite, get through this. We have wine nights and our kids play and we give their dogs phones. And
Yeah, I mean, Jesus says, love your neighbor. But sometimes that becomes very abstract until you see your neighbors. Yeah. So I'm glad you're getting to know them. So wine nights and kids, outings and stuff like that. Anything else? Anything other nuggets you have? So get to know your neighbors, do a grid. Did you actually draw out the grid? Okay. But that was interesting to me, like to actually draw a grid of people around you and mark their names, remember their names.
Yeah, you did that,
right?
You said that in the sermon,
Yeah,
right?
it's not easy to do. It's really hard.
Yeah.
But one neighbor started this spreadsheet. Like it's just really grown. We've gone from not really knowing our neighbors to really knowing them, and that's been one of those silver linings.
Sure. Well, what do you miss about the Haygood community? What do you miss about your church? Everything?
We like everyone else, we desperately want to go back to some semblance of normal. We want to physically attend church. We want to have our Wednesday night dinners. Everything that goes along with it. Right. We miss. I
think one thing I missed the most was on Sunday mornings, we would gather before Sunday school around the donut and brownie table.
Yeah.
And it was just...
You can't beat being around the donut and brownie.
You got to see everyone that came to church.
Well, Mr. Wally's brownies. I mean, you can't. This is how we get our kids to come.
Yeah.
But there were students there. There were retirees. There were just all walks of life, and it was just really you're out of your silo of what you do day in and day out, and just really interacting with church members. And I just really loved that time, that 15 minutes or so before Sunday school started.
Yeah.
And the kids are getting ready to go to Miss Caroline's class, and it was just really fun.
One of my favorite parts about any sort of church gathering is the hum before the service.
Yeah.
The hum, like hearing people talk, chatter, do life, Yeah. I miss the hum. Because we can do online worship, and online worship's okay, but you don't get the hum, right? You don't get the buzz of being together.
Right.
So, yeah. What about you, Beiruz? Anything else you miss? The brownies?
Well, no, I'm not allowed to have the brownies. I wish. Okay. But, look, the Sunday school classes, I love the dinners. I love the Wednesday night dinners.
Yeah. One of the things we're looking at doing, instead of doing Wednesday night dinners in the fellowship hall, which would just be really neurotic to do because of how close you are together. We're looking at doing a to-go model, but one of the things we're exploring is like doing a tailgate. So you get your to-go food and kind of tailgate out there somewhere in the parking lot and just kind of hang out. College football might not be here, so we got to tailgate some way, right? So,
I don't think. I mean, maybe Georgia, maybe the SEC is going to go solo, and
yeah.
I don't. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, any last final words for just your experience of COVID-19, things you want to pass along?
I don't think, I don't have any nuggets of wisdom beyond more than anyone else. We're just looking forward to this thing ending like everyone else. And it's just, let's have a vaccine party, or let's have a PPE burning party when we can. I mean, I just want normalcy.
I do too. I think everybody wants it, especially for our kids' sake.
Yeah.
Too. But I'm with you. I think we should definitely have a vaccine party. And if the vaccine works apparently right away, then we'll have a big worship service the next Sunday.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We'll have an
vaccinate and come in.
Easter. Have Easter in January. Whatever we need to do, we'll have a big party.
But it'll happen. It'll come eventually. So we just have to be patient. Patience.
Right. Yeah. And Elizabeth, y'all had just started this new Sunday school too. I'm so y'all are getting to know each other. Y'all are getting into your groove.
2 or 3 lessons with our
I know.
with our latest.
I know. When y'all were really doing it.
It was her, not me.
Yeah, you were
That's all
leading it.
her.
You were leading it. So.
It was fun. That was another fun way to get to know people and mix that.
Yeah. Well, John and Evans, I'm so glad to see you guys too. It looks like we got some suckers here.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we got a chocolate dum-dum, goldfish. What else we got? Applesauce.
Yeah, the CDC says.
And your mask. You got a cool mask here. We got a sock monkey mask. That's pretty cool.
John, how do you feel about the virus? You like?
Yeah. How do you feel about how you feel? Are you ready for it to be over?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the germs to go away?
Yes.
I think we all are.
Far away. Ready to see family again.
I know. Well, we're super glad to have you guys. This is real life, spilling goldfish. This is what it's about.
This is what our life is.
Wow.
Literally, this is what we do.
Yeah.
So,
well, God's blessings upon you. Thank y'all for being a part of
you.
this. Hang on, hang in, and we'll be back at Haygood soon. Thanks, y'all.